Jason Jorgensen with you. It's time for our weekly installment of the Loper Football Show. We are joined by head coach Ryan Held. The Lopers coming up a nice opening season victory at Wayne State. Ryan, a few days since that game, looking back on it, what's your takeaway for you and your guys in week one?
Well, I think it's a big win for us. Wayne State's a good football program. They've won a lot of games the last whatever years, and we knew it was going to be tough. They had a lot of Midwest kids, just like we did, and we knew it was going to be a battle. And our kids really, fought through some adversity, some injuries and some different things that went on, and we found a way to win on the road. It's not easy to win in college football. It's not easy to win on the road, especially game one. So, yeah, there's things that we needed to do better and will do better moving forward. But at the end of the day, we found a way to win, and we're 1-0, and we're very pleased with that.
I know when you took over the job in Kearney, one of the first high school kids you got a commitment from was Abram Schulting, and that had to feel pretty good to see what he did in his own backyard.
Yeah, that's neat for him. He was going to play in the game regardless, but it was good that when he got his opportunity, he went out and executed at a really nice level for us. We had the ball, I think, 18, 19 minutes in the second half, and we controlled the game in the second half. You take away that turnover, it'd been a little bit easier for us, but we knew that, it's going to be a 4-quarter game, and they have a good football team. We respect them, but it was good to see Abe, a local kid from that region, be able to come in and lead us to a couple touchdowns for the victory.
3 turnovers from the defense from your secondary. You have some new faces back there. I would assume you had to like how they played.
Yeah, we stopped the run for sure. They didn't really run the ball other than a few. We gave up a couple plays just from a technique standpoint, and probably a busted coverage. And then one where we just needed to get a little bit deeper on the sail route to their tight end. Their tight end ended up being really good. So he made some good plays. But, we just got to tighten up, just a little bit here or there. Punt return, we almost had a block, which we should have had a block. But then we had a block in the back, and then we didn't catch the ball a couple times. One was probably tough. The other one we probably should have got. So you had the penalty and the not getting the ball. Unfortunately, we lost probably 80 yards of field position there. So we just got to tighten up those things a little bit. I went for a deep field goal, and we ended up not getting it on 4th and 2. So just tighten up a few of those things, and I think it would have been not as crazy for us. But, we need that. We're going to be playing in the MIAA, and a lot of the games will be like that. We'll go on the road next week against Fort Hays, which will be a very similar environment that was with Wayne. So it's good that we got a road game under our belt. Now we get to come home against Chadron, which will be fun for the Good Life Trophy.
Now, we mentioned a little bit on the broadcast, but if folks don't know, you coached the game from the press box last Thursday. Have you ever done that before as a head coach, and how do you feel that worked?
Well, I'm always going to do whatever it takes within the rules to help us win a game. And I just have felt that was something that was on the table. I don't know if I'll do it every game. We'll see how it works out. I have done that before, actually. Back when I was at Highland Community College, we were playing Dodge City, and our headsets went out. So I was up in the press box with a phone calling the plays. That's a true story back in, I don't know, 2011 maybe, 2012. I think it was 2012. But, listen, Jason, I've never been someone that's been a status quo guy. We're going to do what it takes to win. Now, I'm not saying, again, I'm going to do it every week, but, we felt that gave us the best chance to win.
What's that perspective like? I mean, it's one thing to be the offensive coordinator to do it, but what's that like when you're the head coach and you're up above? Much of a difference?
Well, number one, you got to have trust that your players, number one, are going to take care of business and handle adversity, which we ended up doing very well. Number two, I got to trust my coaching staff that we keep things under control. If it's craziness on the sideline, then it's over. But I just felt the comfortability that our staff, with the people that we have on the sideline, Coach McCoy is a former head coach at Southwest Oklahoma. Coach Harris is on the field, Coach Mandelko. The list goes on. So we had enough guys I felt that could, keep things. Our leadership group felt good about it. And so we just felt that was the best way to do it. And it's definitely a different perspective. You see things a little bit differently. I can help the defense as well on some things if needed be. But that's one game. We'll see what happens. I know that, some people might think it's crazy, but that's okay. Again, we're not a status quo outfit. We're going to do whatever it takes to win. I was appreciative of the administration allowing me to do it as well, but we'll see. It might not be every game. Maybe it's half the games. Maybe it's a few games. Maybe it's all the games. I don't know, but I just felt that gave us the best chance to win. Again, I'm one man. It takes everybody to get it done, but it worked out for us on Saturday or Thursday.
All right. How about this home opener with Chadron State? You and I talked a little bit this weekend. They went to Greeley and went toe to toe with Northern Colorado. What was your biggest takeaway of what you saw from the Eagles?
Well, they're better offensively with their quarterback. I think he got hurt in our game last year. He's kind of Mark Brunell, those historians back when Jacksonville Jaguars was a great quarterback there. Lefty, throws a nice ball, gets it to his playmakers. He's got a really good receiver, number 4. Then number 9 and number 11 are good. I think they're better up front than they were last year offensively. And, they keep it simple, but they run the ball and what they do. They move the ball pretty well against them. They just got in the red zone and kind of stalled out and then missed a couple field goals. It could have been a totally different game. Defensively, they'll mix between an odd front and an even front, depending on what personnel's in the game. They play really, really hard, just like Wayne. And we expect to get a really good football game on Saturday. We know that they want that Good Life trophy just like we do. And hopefully we can keep this rivalry going from now forever. And I don't know about Wayne. We'll see how that goes. I'd like to be able to keep both of them, but I know we're excited. They're going to bring a good crowd. We should hopefully have a good crowd. And, we need to improve from week 1 to week 2. They say you can make the most improvements. We got all the kinks out now. We'll shoot up a few more guys, give us a little more depth, but we expect to make some big improvements this week.
A lot of your tougher games last year were at home. You turned out to be a pretty good road team. I'm sure you'd like to have a little more success there this fall at Ron and Carroll Cove Stadium.
Yeah, we need to play better at home, and not that we played bad at home. We just got to win some of those games. We're in every single game. We just got to get over the hump and show our home crowd some wins. But Chadron has our attention. This is a huge game for us because it's the next game. It's an in-state game, which is huge, and for the Good Life Trophy. And for those that don't know, when we made this rivalry or renewed it, we have a trophy game. And actually, I can kind of show it to you right here, what the trophy looks like for those looking. But
this is good stuff.
The Good Life Trophy right here. This is what will be on the sideline, just like when Nebraska plays Iowa for the Heroes Trophy. So it's a trophy game, and a trophy game's big. Whether it had a trophy game or not, it was still going to be a big game because I know our fans and alumni and, the old Rocky Mountain days, Chadron was a staple team that we played, and it was good to get Wayne back because I think that's the team we've played the most maybe historically, and now we're going to get to play Chadron.
Well, Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. We look forward to Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Jason.
That was Loper head coach Ryan Held. His thoughts on the big matchup coming up on Saturday night at home against Chadron State. Of course, we'll bring you the game on 93.1 The River and 106.9 in Kearney. For Coach Held and our producer, John Willis, this is Jason Jorgensen saying thanks for tuning in to the Loper Football Show.